Okay, hi guys. I am back with a story for you all. Another story about shit that fucking I have experienced in public school. This story has date to it. This happened when I was in middle school, so this is older. But this story aged like a fine wine. It is always good. This is my favorite story to tell. And if you know me, I've probably told you this story before. So, I'm in middle school. I was in the 7th grade at the time that this happened. I am no longer in middle school. I was in the 7th grade when this happened. And in 7th grade, in my town, you get your second, I'm gonna call it round of sex education. Yeah, my fingernails are all different colors, whatever. I was at Target trying new nail polishes. But anyway, moving on, back to my story. I get sidetracked. So, I was in 7th grade when this happened, blah, blah, blah. You get your second round of sex education when you were in the 7th grade in my town. The first one you get in 5th grade, and it's, like, more like puberty, where this one is, like, actual, legitimate sex education, talking about, like, sexual activities and sexual intercourse. So, that's what this was. So, anyone who has experienced American public school sex education knows that it is fucking awful. Like, it is terrible. The information isn't accurate. Most of the time it's not accurate, honestly. Like, there are only 13 states, I think, that require information medically accurate. Yeah, it's fucking awful. And if you're like my school, you got fucking abstinence-only sex education, where don't have sex until you're married, or you will die. You will just fucking explode on the spot. So, that was my, sex education, and all I took away from this experience was the story that I'm about to tell you guys, and, the fact that you can get herpes and AIDS from a toilet seat. Legitimately, I swear on my life, they told us this. So one of the things that happened during this isn't the main focus, but this is just really funny. I'm getting sidetracked, but whatever. I want you guys to hear the story. So, we got this sheet, and it had a bunch of different sexual activities on it, and we were supposed to write down the appropriate age for each sexual activity, and one of them was heavy petting. Nobody knew what heavy petting was, because the term heavy petting hasn't been used since 1943. No one says heavy petting. So that was a train wreck in and of itself. And this is train wreck part 2, the story that I am about to bestow upon all of you. So, the woman who is giving us this lesson, who is the worst fucking person they could have picked to lecture middle schoolers on sex ed, because this woman, I swear to God, did not wear deodorant. Every time we saw her, her pit stains were just all the way down the side of her body. It was disgusting. So, they really could have hired someone better to do this job. So, this woman asks us, does anyone know how to prevent pregnancy or STDs? And of course, we're all like 12, 13 years old. Nobody wants to answer this question. Except for this one kid sitting in the back. This kid raises his hand. And he doesn't just raise his hand, he puts it all the way up in the air. But he's like perched in his seat like this. And his hand is like all the way, like, it's like out of, my hand is out of frame, his hand is like all the way, he's sitting like this. And so, the woman calls on him. And every chair in the room, you hear it scrape the ground as we all just turn to fucking look at this kid. Because this kid's reputation, like, as the phrase precedes him, because everyone knows that this kid is always doing and saying stupid shit. And to this day, he still does and says stupid shit. He is in my classes, and he's still a fucking idiot. So he raises his hand, and we're all looking at him, and the instructor has this look on her face, where she's very skeptical, like, she knows that this kid is gonna say something, and it's not gonna be accurate. And she was right. She was so right. Because this kid raises his hand and says, overalls. With the most confidence, like, I have ever heard in a dumb fucking answer in my entire life. And he's still, like, perched in his chair, and he's like, overalls. And And we're all looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And the instructor goes, excuse me? And he says, overalls. If you're wearing overalls, no one can get in your pants. Alright, kiddo. Fucking alright. First of all, I mean, he's half right. Because overalls are fucking disgusting. And I guarantee you that if you are wearing overalls, you are not getting laid anytime soon. But, like, this kid he was being serious. Like, he wasn't fucking around so that he could, like, create a disturbance and we could all move on from this awkward experience. He was being dead fucking serious. Like, it was just one of the darkest moments of my middle school life that this kid was completely serious in the fact that he thought that overalls could prevent pregnancy and STDs. How do you say something like that? Like, to this day, it still baffles me. Like, every fucking time I see this kid in the hallway, I just think overalls. Because apparently, you know, I'll be sure the next time that I need to be safe. No, I shouldn't be doing quotation marks because being safe when you're having sex is actually really, really important. But, you know, I'll be wearing overalls. If any of you guys ever see me in real life, I'll be wearing overalls just to keep people out of my business. That to me, this whole experience really sums up sex education in this country as a whole. The fact that children think that overalls can prevent pregnancy. So yeah, that was the story about this time a kid fucking thought overalls were an effective form of contraception. And I just thought I should share this with you all because you seem to enjoy the muffin story. So I will continue. If I can think of any other interesting stories, I will keep you all updated. So that was that.